Hey y'all, it's Kelly from Dixie Darlins, and I'm back with the next part in the series. This is where I'm actually going to create my own stencil, place it on the shirt, and then use the Deco Foil Fusible Spray Adhesive. So this is actually just Oracle 651 that I purchased at the Vinyl Cottage. It just was kind of a scrap sheet that I had, and so I had the idea to create a stencil. So I knew that I wanted the letters to be really big and thick because I didn't want to have to weed a bunch, and then I was going to try to transfer it to transfer tape and then transfer that to the shirt. So I knew that I wanted my design to be big. And a lot of y'all have asked about what font this is. This is actually an SVG that I purchased on Etsy, and I will link that in the description box below. So I sized it to be about 9.5 inches wide. I knew that's what I wanted to go across the shirt. I usually try to do my design somewhere in between 9 and 11 inches, depending on what size the shirt is. And so now I'm just going to take my transfer tape, and I've made it a little bit bigger than my actual decal is here, or the stencil that I've created using my Oracle vinyl. And I'm just going to place that down on there. I'm going to take the backing off, and then I'm actually going to, so a lot of you did notice this in my TikTok that I did, if you happen to see it. And I just, like, a lot of times I don't even think about it, y'all. So I'm very bad at centering things. So I lay my shirt down on the heat press, and I fold it in half, and I press that so I have a line that goes straight down the middle of the shirt so I know where the center is. And then when I have any kind of sublimation or decal or screen print that I'm applying to the shirt, I fold it in half where the two edges of whatever's going on the shirt meet, and then I make a slit at the top and the bottom. So it helps you line that decal up, or whatever you're putting on your shirt. It gives you a line at the top and the bottom to go straight down the center of the line that you've pressed in your shirt. So I don't know. I'm sorry, I've never even kind of given that little tip on anything before, but I do that on a lot of things when I'm trying to center stuff. So I thought I wanted to make sure I pointed that out to y'all. And then I'm just going to carefully pull the transfer tape off. So you have to be really careful. A lot of these little inside pieces, you can see they kind of want to pull up with it. So because this wasn't too detailed of a decal, I do just use my finger just to kind of hold those little areas down. And then I'm just going to go ahead and continue to pull my transfer tape off. You do kind of have to be careful here. Make sure that, you know, any of the little parts here that you've weeded out are not coming up with your transfer tape. So I know this isn't the easiest, y'all. I'm very well aware of that. But I just thought, you know, a lot of us as tumbler makers, we don't have heat transfer vinyl on hand, or we don't have screen prints, and you may not have them readily available to access. So I thought, well, this is just kind of a fun, different way that if you want something on there, it is another way to do it with the spray. And then I don't want this spray going on the rest of the shirt. So I did take parchment paper, and I've just covered up the rest of the shirt, because if you get this fusible spray on anywhere else other than exactly where you want it, and those foils touch that, these foils will stick to it, y'all. I learned this by trial and error, I'll admit to y'all. So I did one shirt, and I thought I covered it up, but I didn't do it really well. And so there was a little foil that got on the outside of where I'd placed my vinyl. So this is Deco Foil Fusible Spray Adhesive. So I'm just going to spray, and I'm going to cover up these areas right here that I want my foils to stick. So mainly, you're just going in there where you want the foils to stick. And you might even want to tape that parchment paper down. I got lucky here that it didn't go outside of where my vinyl area was, but you definitely want to cover that area up, because the foils will stick. So then after it's dried, and I let this dry for about 15 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and pull my vinyl off. So all you have left on the shirt is just the fusible spray. I will have this fusible spray linked in the description box below. A lot of places had sold out of it. So there is another option, and it's made by Heat and Bond, and it's called Spray and Bond Fusible Spray. I'll also link that down below for you guys as well. So you do have to, I was trying to be a little careful here when I was taking the vinyl off. So you can kind of see, I just kind of go in there and trim it off. I didn't want it to spread the fusible spray around anywhere. So I just tried to be a little careful. And I'd even do this when I'm applying a decal to a cup or something. I will go in and kind of cut my vinyl out like that, just so it's a little bit easier to manage and get those pieces that are kind of just getting in your way out of the way. And then I'm just going to go in with actually my weeding tool here, and I'm going to use it to kind of peel up the inside of the B and the E and the D, just to get those little pieces off of there. And then I'm just going to take it right over to my heat press. I will link this heat press. I've got a lot of questions. Also, I mentioned that in one of my other tutorials about what kind of heat press I'm using with the swing arm and the sliding plate, so I will link that below. So I basically just lay this on here, and I'm just going to cover the area with these foils. These foils are from Southern Belle Glitter. These are the Wild Leopard small spots. And I have my heat press set at 320, and I'm going to press them for 40 seconds. And then once I've left them on there for 40 seconds, I am going to cold peel them. So what that means is I let them cool off. You can let them cool off however long you really. I kind of just wait until they're cold, and then I peel it off, and then there you can see you have your design. It washes fine. It does great. I wash it inside out, and then I dry it on low heat. So anyway, I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.